All right, guys, welcome back to another episode of the Who, What, Where of the Woodlands. I'm here with Farrah. And Farrah, would you like to introduce yourself?
Hi, my name is Farrah Stewart Tarver. I live in Spring on the border of Woodlands. Well, really the Klein area. So I'm 5 minutes away from the Woodlands, always in the Woodlands, work
Yeah.
there, shop there.
Awesome. And can you tell us what your business is called? I'm really excited about this one.
Okay, my business is called Learning for Life Training Consultants. The name can be kind of deceiving because it's not all about training. Although everything that I do does involve teaching. I'm a registered nurse. And years ago, I had dreams and goals of things to do that had to do with nursing, where I, needed to be a nurse, and I can put it into working with the community.
Mm-hmm. Awesome. And how did your business come about? Like what did you go through, or like what happened to kind of spring this idea of what you do?
Okay. So I started my business in November of 2012. We moved here to Houston from Miami in 2009. Back home in Miami, there was a company that was owned by a nurse also, and they taught continuing education classes for adults. Basically CPR, first aid, which, a lot of people take those classes and they need healthcare providers are required to renew their CPR and first aid certifications every 2 years. Pediatric advanced life support, advanced cardiac life support, which are the higher level classes needed in healthcare. And they also taught things like phlebotomy, patient care assistant, CNA. And I thought it was pretty cool. And I was like, oh man, that's, I like that they have all of those services available in one company and you know where to go to get it. I want to do something like that.
Uh-huh.
So the other stuff that I told you about got added on later on while I was here. And I got the opportunity in 2012, the beginning of 2012, to work with foster kids.
And how did that opportunity start?
A friend of mine who I used to work with at a clinic in Southwest Houston, she called me one day and she said, I used to work with a foster care agency doing assessments for the kids. She said, you go to your house quarterly. These are the kids with primary medical needs. And she said, and they also have me teach certain classes for them. She said, trust me, it's easy. It's something you can do, because she had just finished her program being a nurse practitioner. And she said at the time, the pay wasn't worth it based off of what she was doing as a nurse practitioner. So she asked me, could I do it? And I said, sure, fine. And it it ballooned from there, from one agency to now. I think I service about 5 or 6 of them.
Wow.
Yeah. And there's a lot of kids at the agencies. There's a lot of trainings that they need. And it just went from there.
That's awesome. And so do you train mostly the kids or like the parents, or a little bit of both?
The parents get trained, the foster parents, the staff, the agency staff, and anyone else that is their caregivers that they use when they need a break. And I also do daycares.
Oh, wow.
So daycare staff, daycare staff. I have about 5 daycares that I service. So daycare staff and then daycare, the directors. And I'm actually another friend of mine that has since passed away. She is the one who introduced me to the daycare side of things. So I am a registered child care trainer with the state of Texas. So they have you have to, for daycares to get trainings, the trainers have to be registered through the Texas Early Education. It's TECPDS. So she showed me how to go on there, get registered, how to submit my trainings and get approved. So I'm approved they have about 9 areas that you get approved under: health and safety, guidance and discipline. So I'm approved under all the areas to do trainings.
Awesome. Yeah, so if you're watching this and you need a training for CPR, for anything.
First aid, okay. Correct. And if I don't do it, I have someone I can refer you to.
Awesome. And can you kind of tell me about like your why? Like, why are you doing this? Why is it
Okay.
important to you? What is your passion about it?
So I was not a foster child, believe it or not, but because a lot of people start doing this stuff because they were foster kids, but I
Right.
wasn't. But I was brought here from Jamaica with my dad and my
Wow.
paternal grandparents to Miami when I was 5. So my mother didn't raise me, and I kind of know what it's like to be missing a parent.
Yeah.
I didn't actually meet my mother or start talking to her until I was 25.
Oh, wow.
And then, yes, so my mother wasn't in my life. And then my stepson, who's my son, I'm just saying, I didn't give birth to him, but
Right.
my stepson, we got him when he was 2 and we raised him, and his mother really wasn't in his life. So I started thinking, these kids don't have any parents. We were lucky enough to have at least our fathers
Right.
to do what needed to be done. And I had, family support from my own genetic family, but these kids don't. And there are people out there, because a lot of people think people do foster care for the money. There is not enough money in foster care
Yeah.
for you to just do it for the money.
Right.
So there are, and I've met a lot of really good foster parents. I've honestly never met a bad one, but I know
Wow.
there
That's
are bad
awesome.
ones out there,
Hmm.
but I have not met a bad one. And they really feel like, most of the foster parents that I meet really feel like this is something that God directed them to do, and they just want to serve the kids.
Absolutely. I actually, it's near and dear to my heart because I've always wanted to foster kids or even adopt for sure. I hope in the future, adoptions in my future, not right now, but eventually someday. I think it's really awesome what you're doing. Um,
And you should. I will
yeah,
recommend it. I can tell you how to do it. I also do that.
awesome. I'm really excited to actually meet you because of that, because I really do want to do that in the future. That's awesome.
Okay.
Um, so what do you see yourself doing in the future?
So my future plan is I have a bachelor's of science in nursing. So I have already applied to the the family nurse practitioner program with UTA, University of Texas, Arlington. And I'm planning to, when I'm finished, open up a vaccine clinic, a mobile vaccine clinic, and a mobile clinic as a nurse practitioner that is specifically geared towards the foster kids. Because a lot of times when they get into foster care, they have to have their checkups done within 72 hours of being placed in care. The foster parents have to make the appointments. So the physicians that they take them to know, and they accommodate them. But think about a foster parent that has already had like 4 other kids in the home to
Mhm.
try to, and this kid got placed last night, and now they're telling me I have to take them to the doctor in 2 days or in a
Right.
day. So I want to make it where it's more convenient for them. I will be mobile, so they can call me and I can go to them. And I want to specifically contract, like how I'm doing now, with agencies and residential treatment centers, because there are a lot of residential treatment centers for foster kids who can't find placement,
Okay.
or their prior placements have failed. I will specifically contract with them to do their checkups, to do their appointments, to do their vaccines. If they're calling and saying we have an emergency, can you come and see them? I can't get in because I don't have a caregiver to watch the other kids, or and I will be able to do those services for them and write referrals.
Yeah, I think that's a huge need that a lot of people don't think about. Like that would be amazing to have someone that could come, like you said, sometimes it's not always easy to get childcare like last minute, and foster parents definitely do things last minute a lot. They get thrown situations really quickly. So that's awesome. All
They
right, Farrah.
surely do.
Yes. Well, it's so nice to interview you today, and I'm definitely going to keep in touch with you. Thank you so much.
Absolutely. Thank you so much. I really enjoy speaking with you.
Yes. Thank you.
Bye.